Yo everyone, what's up? I've literally been like 0 out of 10 productivity this week. And all I've really done this week is watch anime, play video games, and nothing really much else actually. Anyways, apart from that, yeah, I ate a whole lot of food this week. Good homemade food, that is. And from that, and from my fabulously bountiful figure, you can probably tell that as a kid, I wasn't even close to a pig eater, and I'm even less close to a pig eater now. Like, now that I think about it, I probably ate everything I've seen reasonably edible when I was a kid. And I'm always an individual who likes to keep an open mind, so yeah, pretty much just ate like everything, which might not be so good now, considering that I have put on a bunch of weight since I got to college. But anyways, as for what I've tried new since I came to college, yeah, I can't say that I've really tried anything new since I came to college, because real places don't really have that many options, and it's like there's really only two choices: junk food, salad. And boy, let's just say I've been eating a lot of green vegetables, because the other option doesn't really sit well with my stomach sometimes. So yeah, didn't really have a chance to try any new foods this week. Partially because since I have been such a non-picky eater, I've basically eaten everything that's edible. And also partially because my parents were so busy making all the old foods that I like to eat so much that they didn't have time to experiment with any new foods. But I did do a new physical activity this week. I washed a car. And let me just say that I will never wash a car again. Never, ever. Gotta say it 4 times just to emphasize how never I will be doing it. It was just so exhausting, and it was so hard to reach the top of the car, and the car was white, so the threads were really noticeable. I didn't get them all. It took forever to dry, and okay, basically, I'm not doing it again. But anyways, I think a bunch of people, they don't really like trying new things because they're scared of the consequences. Actually, I'll make this a little personal and, state that I've had problems with this too in the past, just not in the food department. Often, you go ahead, go try something, put in a lot of effort, and not get what you should have gotten out of it. And when that happens a lot of times, successively, with not many successes in between, you get scared of trying new things, especially if you believe that it has to go well to be worth it for you to try it. Yes, for food, the only thing that happens if you screw up or you try it, let's metaphorically say that if it doesn't go well, is that you don't like it once and then you just never try the food again. But other things, let's just say hypothetically, when you're trying out a new competition or something, you put in the effort, you do well in a standard environment, but something happens that just works against you. And I just had this happen a bunch of times to me, so I can speak out experience. Officials refusing to look over things that are blatantly questionable and definitely affect standings. Not being given a reason for my placement of things as compared to other people, for subjective placement. I don't really mind the placement, but they won't even tell me why they place some things. They won't say any reason at all. And being overlooked for something despite having ample qualifications, compared to some of the people who do get selected for something. It's especially difficult when the people all around you have lots of expectations too. They expect you to do well. They usually, when people hear things, they usually won't stop to think or consider all of the factors that could affect the outcome before wondering why you didn't do what you should have. which is why, I always want to keep an open mind. I never place blame on people and never try not to put people down, and always try to say uplifting things, because people don't do well. They don't need to be told. They're always going to reflect on it, and if somebody just says something negative, you're going to make them feel bad, and I don't like making people feel bad, because that's not a good thing to do. And yeah, basically when you have things like these, well, sometimes they pile up, and eventually, it just, you just have an attitude where you don't want to try anything new, because you're just expecting to get something disappointing. To which, after experiencing that myself, I say, well, screw it all. It doesn't really matter what happens, all that matters is that you learn what you learned, and that, you did everything you could do right, and anything else that happens, well, just wasn't in your control. You really can't do anything about it. Like, really. If you never do it, you have a 0% chance of succeeding. If you at least try, then regardless of how bad circumstances are, how stacked it is against you, there's still a possibility that you can go forward. Like, jeez, I've gotten so tired of getting myself angry over, other people being incompetent and, not doing things right in regards to, things. But yeah, I've gotten so tired of getting angry over other people's faults that, I'm just I'll do whatever I want to do. Protesting if I think it's unfair, and contesting things, and fighting for things that, that seems like a lost cause just to make a statement. Overall, if I make a bunch of other people angry because they think I'm nosy, or I'm annoying, or I just won't quit, or that, I'm unlikable, then so be it. As I said previously, I frankly don't care what other people think of me, and I'm not going to stop what I'm doing if I wholeheartedly believe that is correct. Okay. If this were an anime, I just say hypothetically, I'd be one of those characters that, it'd be the people who are you gotta retreat, and then it'd be no, I can't, and I go up this giant rant in the middle of the fight where it just stops, and the guy goes on a giant rant about things, and that'd be me. And then the guy would end up winning, and so while it doesn't work like that in real life, I can go on a giant rant, I usually won't end up winning, but I'll always do what I think is right, and I'm not going to stop if other people tell me to stop if I think that I need to do it. Because I know people are looking out for me sometimes, and they have good intentions, but I'm just a person who likes to experience something by himself before he decides if it's good or not. And, sorry for all that serious talk. I really didn't mean it to be serious. I guess it just kind of happened. So, I'd say on a more lighthearted note, if I've ever tried being good, I came back to it after I quit the game twice. Once after I watched the first 2 minutes of the first episode of the anime, and I was no. And then I watched it once more time, and I got a 10-minute mark. I was okay, no. But then I picked it up again, and if I didn't pick it up yet, I wouldn't have made it to rank 1 in the online closed beta, would I? And speaking of that, actually, I gotta go prep for the next closed beta, so I can hit rank 1 again. So yeah, I'll see you guys all later.